What day is it today?
17th, so not a full month.
Not a full month. This guy has been twisting himself in this position for almost a full month. Welcome back to Side by Side Plays. I am Shikuquaza.
I'm Waifu.
I don't quite remember what we were doing last time, but I know we were in a cross-examination, of course. I think we just started this one.
We just proved that they didn't see shit.
Pretty much. I don't know anything about that there. Notice board. The hand. Oh, right. So that guy, we proved that the board was on the floor at some point. So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on. Oh jeez. Admit it. What's to admit? It's plain as day for all to see. Smashing print on my right hand. Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you? No. Imagine the weight of that great lump. You look like a powerful and well-nurtured man. I don't eat me vegetables. Except for spinach. Well, did you... that's odd, but did you see anybody else moving the board? I got nerves of steel, I can tell you. And, arms of spinach. But even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver. In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point.
Kazuve, stop being so hot.
Yes, so it would seem. I do need you to turn down your hotness just a smidge. So for me to focus.
And as for hot.
Don't worry about it. When you say you were hot, when you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the priority school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little sensos have got a plan to blow this school to Kingdom Come.
Ha.
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them and give them back to me. The kids all come back to buy some more. Everyone's happy, see?
That's crazy. You should probably stop.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank for me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a colorful goddess, indeed. Did she just eat it? She definitely took a nibble out of one of those fireworks.
Well, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm never so good at it.
Oh, Beppo! Cease through your deceptions! Oh,
Beppo.
Beppo!
Sorry, I was just checking on something.
Excuse me!
Beppo! What do you have? Tell me! Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts? Deep philosophical thoughts?
Huh?
Let's say there was a great liar, and that great liar said without batting an eye, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too, or the truth? In which case she's not a liar.
Oh, so he's putting forth that that's a paradox.
Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but what the fuck is the point? It seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you?
I think she has been lying about lying. I think she has not been lying.
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set 'em off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady. So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Dots. Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Oh, blabbermouth here, headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from, but there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right, that rotten liar over there.
Mwah.
Heh.
So where does that leave us? Do you mean to say that you did not, in fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What'd I tell you, eh?
Mwah.
I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecracks packed such a punch? So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief.
Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah?
Oh my god.
Either you clearly remember or you don't.
That was in character. Oh my god. just oh my god with a period. Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurous act later. Perjury is not a crime in this universe. Let's fucking.
He tries to start it. This judge tries to start it, but they find out that there's so many lies that they would just have to arrest every single witness.
Judge, tell me, when was the last time somebody actually got punished for perjury in this country?
I will be the first one to do it.
What's perjury? Ah, that answers my question.
Oh, yes, my lord, of course.
Did I talk about before how a New Orleans accent is like my fucking kryptonite, and Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island did things to me as a child? That was my sexual awakening, just the accent of the two women. Ugh. Surprisingly enough, the fact that they were werecats did not awaken anything into me, in me. It was just their
really?
accents.
That's what got me.
Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened.
Ha! Beppo!
Hold it!
Alright. You make a habit of lying, don't you? Do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I'll take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright. But you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more to you.
Fuck you. The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
We don't even know her age.
Oh! Age unknown? Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, right, just a little bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did to give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a little bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, alright then, I thought there might be something on it worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
Oh my god.
You're telling us
that you did move the board. Can we really trust anything she says if she so blatantly lies? Like, at any point...
How do we know you didn't fucking do it?
Like, at any point, she could be lying. Like, I don't know if we can trust her testimony at all. Like, there's a point in most trials in real life and in some Ace Attorney cases where they just dismiss testimony because the witness is unreliable. It doesn't happen often.
This might be one.
But holy shit, we should.
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
You daft pot, whatever that means.
I don't believe it. That girl, she doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell?
Oh, please, I should be so lucky in the amount.
The truth now!
They're both getting annoyed.
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice boards, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can't be worth much if you ask.
Ah!
So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it.
I think that look of surprise she had was more her just in shock of, how did I get here? Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch there, that was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. Professor case, no doubt. Boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. 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 Grub to come at the pub.
Alright, enough of that.
I swiped it off him once and blimey, he was upset. He gave me a raw earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winded it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then.
It's not all that though. I took it to Jebez that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Says it wasn't working. Knocked about worthless, he called it. I knew I should have lifted it.
Hunt, actual hero. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done.
It's not worth anything!
It's not yours!
And it's not yours!
Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
Enough quarreling. These women and their jewelry. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith.
And jewelry, too.
Now, children, watch your manners. Good gravy. He's naked. More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore, neither. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5. Exactly when the gunshot was heard, then.
Which supports the prosecution claim, of course.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
No, thank you. I want to look at the fucking watch. Glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look.
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
I don't think we have anything to support that theory.
He's not very good with mechanical things. He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruto, not an odd job man.
Oh, the little twisty thing is gone. Yeah, there's no finding that. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here, look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Yeah, we're never finding that. Ah, there's a tiny little key. Oh!
Oh yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
Looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Don't we have such a key?
Yep.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. That would be crazy!
Oh my god, we've gotten so much evidence. Alright, twist the nub. Shut up. Twist that head around for fun. Ah!
His dick fell out.
Miss Susato, his dick fell out. Do you think perhaps this dick could be a key for Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once.
Just imagine the trial still going on in the background, and we're just fiddling with the fucking policeman doll and a watch.
Open it up and like, oh my god, there's a camera in it. It took a picture of the exact time he was shot.
I knew it! A perfect fit!
And look! The inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mr. Sato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better start thinking deeply, too. I wonder how long it will actually go for if you just let it sit here. Like, will it actually progress the time?
Maybe. Are you gonna sit here and try it?
Well, I'm just gonna see how long it goes for, like, just for a minute. Just to see if it actually moves the minute hand at all. I highly doubt it, but if it does, that would be very impressive. Oh, it just stops. Interesting.
We did it! We did it!
Okay, so... Sorry. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. I don't know anything.
Okay, wait. He's got a face that screams bored. Okay, I think that now we can press on this statement. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Maybe the notice board fell over. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way. because of the gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too.
My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story, it may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course.
Damn it, Sasato, stop reading our head.
None of it changes the fact that I heard what I heard. Does it?
Okay, so I have a theory of how to, what happened, but I don't know how to connect it to where we're at in the story. Uh-huh. The problem is they're just talking about the fucking notice board. What does this even mean? I'm just gonna press this just because it sounds so stupid. What exactly do you mean by that? Oh, come on now, don't tell us you haven't not noticed. He looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. But not notice boards. They're the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes. I just wanted to flash over to Van Zeeks and he's just like... He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but he's not right either.
I can't say I'd ever noticed. I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor, or off the Reaper, not for a second. Doubt. Well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a feed like that might do if you look away, do you? If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board. Aye, that I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I could swear to that. I couldn't have missed it if he'd heat the thing up again and dragged it into the corner. Right, glad we've cleared that up. What happened to the face that screams bored? I feel your pain, Kazuma. I'm glad that Kazuma actually is, like, acting like he's completely new to all this nonsense. Like, he's... Instead of being, like, the prosecutor in every single game where he's like, I'm just going along with this nonsense because all I really want is to get that guilty verdict. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody so fucking weird? Like, he's still doing his job, but he's also like, what the fuck is happening? Okay.
But at what cost?
But at what
cost
cost?
is I'm doing my job?
I'm doing my job, but at what cost? Okay. Present the pocket watch? I just don't know.
Objection!
Apparently that's right. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh,
Because it wasn't loud.
Beppo did a fucky wucky.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key. Does it unlock a safe? That turns into a knife?
That's actually a key?
And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. It stopped because it's a piece of junk. Completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. But we just found the pocket watch. That's stupid. Order! 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 But Counsel, the watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard the gunshot.
It is exactly the hour. The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
Even if that's true, The 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection.
No! That doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago.
Boss used to wind up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Grub to come at the pub. Grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Are we gonna prove that he's actually long dead before the gunshot went off?
I mean, it wouldn't be an Ace Attorney game without one of those cases. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evenings before he died as well. On the evening. Yes, that would be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day. Oh, aye!
Well, how would you explain it then?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean. What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years?
Diarrhea?
Shut up!
A good whore?
The obvious answer is that he was already dead!
Order, Counsel! That is a most extraordinary claim!
Objection.
Extraordinary isn't the word. It's absurd. You can apply this fucking screen cap to anything in Ace Attorney and it will apply. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Yes!
Yes!
On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
Oh, that's right! Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in. What? Like I said, I planted my hand in a great dirty great puddle of blood.
Yeah.
I said this before, and I will keep saying it forever with this series, but case 3-2, or no, is it 3-2 or 3-3? 3-3 in the main series will forever haunt me, because that is a case where they have 2 separate crime scenes, one where the murder actually happened, and then a second staged murder to make a false witness. And forever, I will not be able to forget that case, because anytime we get a situation like this, I was like, did they recreate the murder scene just to have these fake witnesses testify? And I'm just like, because they did it once, it doesn't disprove that they won't do it again. So the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. Fresh. He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection.
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body after he... Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner?
Yeah, it is. It's in everyone's body.
Ah!
Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course.
What?
We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
That's correct. The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our...
That actually,
Makes sense. Thank you, Sasato.
No. I actually think that's wrong, because I think it's really easy to distinguish blood between other animals. Because you know what's a step easier than that, or a step harder than that, is distinguishing blood types. And we've known about blood types for like 100 years. At least before the point of this game. So I think that if you could determine blood types between two different people, like, you should be able to determine human blood from a different animal's blood. At least that's my thought. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. Not that I'm disproving, not that I'm disagreeing with this point at all, but, like, I just think it's silly. They haven't done blood types yet in this setting, so it's not impossible, but I just think that this time period they would have been able to figure out human versus animal blood. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
No, you need to do the DNA.
Do you need to do the DNA? That's stupid.
Extracting either the nuclear DNA or the mitochondrial DNA and DNA profile from the blood sample.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question. Is it, though?
What if it was just a recording of a gunshot?
Wow, that's no.
And that's why we brought the cover friend back.
What if a gun? I don't have any evidence. What if?
Well, we have
what if the
fireworks.
candle? What if the candle secretly had a gun within it, and then when the fire burned down, the gun went off?
Or what if it was tied? There was a string tied to the.
Given that the time of death was of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all. Oh, please, what are you trying to say? What could it possibly be? It's like near what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from that there room.
Now you listen to me. Beppo is the one with the whip now. His street seller's ears are his livelihood.
I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise. Eh? Explain yourself then, Counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot. Could have been made with... a gun!
Take that!
Something like this! The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot. He used motherfucking mosquito coils to set an hour time limit for himself. Good gracious, the very fireworks that are sold by the witness. Now hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? Because you have plenty of proof to prove it. My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway, say. Not the little ones. The Venus Special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. I'd like everyone to close their eyes as I set off these $6 fireworks. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot!
And now no one else can fucking hear.
It only took us a fucking hour to get to this point, but yes, we figured out that yes, the fireworks are the sound that they heard, not a gunshot. Fuck off! You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene? I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection.
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barrick Van Zeeks. Now, hear me out. What if someone reverse pickpocketed Barrick Van Zeeks and put the lit fireworks in his back pocket? That's stupid. One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See, it's why people like them. I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learnt of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb.
A pipe bomb! Good heavens, a bomb?
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Mr. Naruto, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
Ah, no. Wait. It's the, whenever you like part that's important. A timed device. Yes, exactly! A timed device! Something that, of that nature, could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel.
Can we pull the records from our last case?
What proof do you have to suggest that in any way that a timed device was employed to create the gunshot sound?
Well, this is just the first thing I thought of, but like, would it be the pocket watch? Because, I mean, I don't think we have anything else, honestly.
I think so. Or the candle.
Ooh, or the candles.
I would do the candles first, because I can't think of the pocket watch.
I think the candles might be too complicated. Or, hold on. No, I think it is the candles, because the top of one was blown off. So what if it was the top of one was replaced with the firecracker, and then when it went off, that's what caused it to blow up. So basically the entire premise of the case has now been
So basically they tied the firecrackers lower on the candlestick, and when it popped...
No. I mean, they just fucking stuck it in the right one. And so it blew up the fireworks, cutting off the fire to the wick of that right candlestick, but the other two kept burning afterwards. As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off. We thought it was from the gunshot, but I honestly think that at this point, Gregson probably wasn't even killed in this location. He was probably moved there much later.
Oh, true.
Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim.
I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible. Why? Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
There are? Oh my god, yes, there are! But is it not the
Don't use
case?
God's name in vain in this courtroom. Kidding.
You can call me Lord. I can use the Lord's name. There we go. We've resolved that conundrum. There was also scorching on the victim around the bullet.
I'm sure he gets off on it.
Pazuzu!
That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. So, the candle was put in front of Gregson like a shield, and he shot Gregson through the candle! What? Oh, sorry, no, never mind, scratch that. Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. You're suggesting it came from the fireworks. How can that be, eh? The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together.
I was right.
Fuck you.
I was right.
So what happened to the top of the fucking candle then? It just fell on the floor and didn't light anything on fire? The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at a point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene. Oh, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, so it was timed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's how they used to do old clocks. You would get a candle, you would put in screws, and then it would fall and make a sound.
My issue was, I was thinking you could just do it with one of them, but yeah, I guess if it is a whole bundle, you probably would have to do it that way.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, the time delay fuse so the killer could get out of there, that makes a lot more sense. And that is how these 3 witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. So all of that,
what plot?
What a plot. All of that, just to come to the conclusion that nobody saw anything, nobody knows anything, and we've all wasted our time. I hate this game.
I didn't waste my time. I proved that my client is
No,
innocent.
shut up! Shut up! I'm done here! I've wasted my fucking Saturday on this!
I was supposed to be on the playground.
I was playing on the playground! I wanted to... It was my turn on the slide! This implies that the victim could have died earlier than we'd been led to believe. The previous day, even. No. I just hold your horses. All here saw the victim going into the building, remember?
I couldn't get that flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to.
The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this.
He ripped his hair off.
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. I actually kind of want to support the witnesses here. Like, Gregson isn't exactly, like, the most unique person, but, like, you can tell the difference between someone... between 2 different people that are just wearing the same wig. Like, surely the game isn't trying to say that the witnesses are that stupid, right?
Or maybe the killer looks similar to Gregson.
Oh, Gregson's twin brother, Grugson. So the person that these witnesses, never mind. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece.
Someone else? Do you mean to say?
Wait a second.
So who else entered the building?
Well, obviously, the only other person was... Oh, Van Zies. It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer!
Okay, I've got a pee. I've been holding it on.
Why did you wait?
Huh? Because I didn't have to until
Okay, watch the
after
cord.
we
Watch the
started.
cord. Watch the cord.
Give me 1 second here.
Oh, very impressive Ryunosuke Naruto. Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also noted the lack of time of death in this report. A stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Boo! Fuck that guy! Order, Professor Prosecutor Asogi. What on earth do you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked.
Bruh!
The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly. I would agree with you.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
What immediately... Oh my god. The dumpy. What immediately comes to mind, of course, is... What was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? Of course not, stupid. The inspector always carried his investigative work alone. Carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
That's stupid. Even within the yard?
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend?
Do you have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating?
Yes, I agree. Surely. My lord, The defense believes it can explain to the court. Do we really need to explain which case?
Very well, Counsel. Can you just say the word that we all want you to say? What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the investigator on the day prior to the incident? Blah, 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 blah.
Look at all those pins on the pin board. Boop, 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 boop. So, it's gotta be the notice board, right?
Mm-hmm. Because that's all about.
Because he didn't have anything to do with the Redhead League article, right?
At least not that we could see or connect to at the moment.
Okay.
Take that!
If it's not this, I'm gonna be mad. What? What? Shut up.
Okay, maybe it is the.
Well, the problem with the wig is that we don't really have any cases related to that, do we?
Yeah. Well, let's hold on. What are the other two pieces of paper?
2 pieces of paper? Autopsy report? I don't remember why we even got this. Oh yeah, because we were investigating a missing persons report.
That may have been it.
But we have no evidence. Like, we found the photo of Mrs. Vigil. Fucking... God damn it, this is stupid.
Just try it.
Take that!
Oh my god. It was either the newspaper or the wig itself. But we just said that whoever... Oh my god. That's stupid, though. That doesn't make any sense. Neither the newspaper nor the hairpiece were at the scene.
The hairpiece was.
No! When Gregson was there. Because the hairpiece was brought by the killer later. On the day that they found his body. Oh my god, that's stupid. I'd assume it was part of disguise. Yeah. Okay, the game needs to explain this then, because if the hairpiece that was near Gregson's body was his, then who the fuck was the actual redheaded person that came into the apartment building with the red hairpiece? That's stupid. Am I
looking for a ginger?
I don't know. It just... maybe I'm in the wrong here, but I just think that it's silly to me to think that we just established that someone was wearing a red hairpiece to put Gregson at the scene, left the hairpiece there, and then now we're trying to say, no, that hairpiece was Gregson's that he brought, and whoever came in with a separate red hairpiece disappeared without a trace and did not leave a red hairpiece at the scene. The logic kind of baffles me there.
Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. That's why I think the notice board should have been it, because it had something on the Redheaded League on the notice board, which was at the scene, and we can guarantee that Gregson was there for that. Whatever.
Maybe we're doing a roundabout way.
Whereas the newspaper was not. It was fucking Sholmes' newspaper. God damn it.
Sholmes.
No, shut up. I was trying not to say that because that's even more stupid. But god damn it, the fucking notice board. If the newspaper would have counted as the correct answer, and the wig would have counted as the correct answer, the notice board should have more than likely been accepted as the correct answer, is what I'm trying to say. Because they're all the same thing. Except that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. What? So, you'd already worked it out.
What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary...
Why are you a judge?
I mean, he's not red-headed. Would he even know about it? My underwear says the Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
Deception of what nature, Council?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. Holy shit! The defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads? Bring forth the Irishman.
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. Clearly! This one in particular. No other options there. So it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. These vile Scotsmen. It's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruto. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us, at least. Spelled wrong. Inquiry. Enquiry.
The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asugi.
At once, my lord.
Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. It's my turn on the swing set.
Sorry, she's the bailiff on the swing set.
Fuck!
That was such a huge waste of time. Holy shit, that was half an hour.